Welcome to Essential Top 10s, we're counting down the best PS1 horror games.
That thing's not gonna die unless I shoot it 2 or 3 times.
Videlka is a role-playing video game developed by Saknov for the PlayStation. The game was published by SNK in Japan in 1999 and by Infogrames internationally in 2000. Set in the haunted Neamton Monastery in Wales, the plot follows protagonists Videlka Easant, Edward Plunkett and Bishop James O'Flaherty as they uncover Neamton's secrets and confront monsters created from its dark past. Its gameplay blends exploration and puzzle elements with turn-based battles waged on a grid. Videlka was created by Hiroki Kikuta, a former employee of Square. The traditional turn-based battle system was created without Kikuta's involvement due to staff disputes. The game, which saw moderate commercial success in Japan and received mixed reviews from critics worldwide, was the foundation of Saknov's Shadow Heart series. Clock Tower, known in Japan as Clock Tower 2, is a survival horror point-and-click adventure game developed by Human Entertainment and released for the PlayStation in 1996. It is the second game in the Clock Tower series after the original Clock Tower, which was released exclusively in Japan for the Super Famicom 1 year prior. The story takes place in Norway and follows a variety of characters as they attempt to survive the return of Scissor Man and uncover the mystery of his seemingly immortal state. The scenarios encountered and endings vary widely based upon the player's actions. Hell Knight, known as Dark Messiah in Japan, is a first-person survival horror video game developed by Denu Aizu Saisakusho and published by Atlus in collaboration with Konami in 1998. The game is an adventure game with 3D. Its popularity was low, possibly because it was not released outside Japan and Europe and received little media attention. The game is about the protagonist and Naomi who travels deep into the sewers and find a place called the Mesh, an underground area full of self-sufficient citizens who have given up their identities above ground to live a more peaceful life. Their lives are about to be disrupted by the pursuing creature, who has now evolved into a faster and more exoskeletal-like form. They attempt to find a way to the surface.
The controls are dead! Put that on! We have to jump!
Alone in the Dark, The New Nightmare, alternatively known as Alone in the Dark 4, is the fourth installment and first reboot of the survival horror video game series Alone in the Dark, developed by Darkworks and published by Infogrames Entertainment, and is released in 2001 on several platforms. Set on October 31, 2001. Edward Carnby's best friend and partner, Charles Fisk, has been found dead off the coast of Shadow Island, a mysterious island near the coast of Massachusetts. Carnby's investigation quickly leads him to Frederick Johnson, who informs him of Fisk's search for 3 ancient tablets, with the ability to unlock an incredible and dangerous power. Johnson pleads with Carnby to take the place of Fisk and reopen the investigation in order to recover the tablets. Carnby accepts and makes it his mission to find Fisk's killer. Johnson introduces Edward to Aline Sedrak, an intelligent young university professor. She joins Edward to recover the missing tablets and assist Professor Ob Morton, whom she believes to be her father. While flying over the coast of Shadow Island, Edward and Aline's plane comes under attack by an unknown creature. Edward and Aline both jump out of the plane and parachute to the ground, but are separated immediately. Edward lands in the dense forest just outside a manor, while Aline lands on the roof of it. The game's plot is a separate canon from the main of the series.
Boston Police Department. Name Fisk. First name Charles. Date of birth February 17th, 1944. Presumed date of death October 24th, 2001.
Dino Crisis is a survival horror video game developed and published by Capcom originally for the PlayStation console in 1999. It is the first installment in the Dino Crisis series and was developed by the same team behind Capcom's Resident Evil series, including director Shinji Mikami, and shares many similarities with it. The story follows Regina, a special operations agent sent with a team to investigate a secluded island research facility. Finding the place overrun with dinosaurs, Regina must fight through the facility to discover its secrets and ultimately escape alive with her team. Parasite Eve 2 is an action role-playing survival horror video game released for the PlayStation. The game was developed by Square, published in Japan in 1999 and in both North America and, unlike the previous game, in PAL regions in 2000. It is set several years after the events in the original game. The protagonist from the first game, Aya Brea, also features in this game as the playable character. She becomes involved with another outbreak of neo-mitochondrial creatures. Gameplay diverges from the previous game, battles take place in real time, and the area of action is less restrictive. The approach is more typical of traditional survival horror games, although some role-playing elements are retained. The title was written and directed by Kenichi Iwao, who wrote Resident Evil. Resident Evil 3: Nemesis is a 1999 survival horror video game developed and published by Capcom for the PlayStation. It is the third game in the Resident Evil series and takes place almost concurrently with the events of Resident Evil 2. The player must control former lead agent Jill Valentine as she escapes from a city that has been infected by a virus. The game uses the same engine as its predecessors and features 3D models over pre-rendered backgrounds with fixed camera angles. Choices through the game affect how the story unfolds and which ending is achieved.
It was Raccoon City's last chance, and my last chance. My last escape.
Silent Hill is a survival horror video game for the PlayStation published by Konami and developed by Team Silent, a group in Konami Computer Entertainment Tokyo. The first installment in the Silent Hill series, the game was released in North America in February 1999, in Japan in March 1999, and in Europe in July 1999. The game follows Harry Mason as he searches for his missing adopted daughter in the eponymous fictional American town of Silent Hill. Stumbling upon a cult conducting a ritual to revive a deity it worships, he discovers her true origin. 5 game endings are possible, depending on actions taken by the player, including one joke ending.
What is this? What's going on here?
Resident Evil is a survival horror video game developed and released by Capcom originally for the PlayStation in 1996, and it is the first game in the Resident Evil series. The game's plot follows Chris Redfield and Jill Valentine, members of an elite task force known as STARS, as they investigate the outskirts of Raccoon City, following the disappearance of their team members. They soon become trapped in a mansion infested with zombies and other monsters. The player, having selected to play as Chris or Jill at the start of the game, must explore the mansion to uncover its secrets.
That was too close. You were almost a Jill sandwich.
You're right. Barry, thanks for saving my life.
Who are you? Oh, you must be the new guy. Leon.
Resident Evil 2 is a 1998 survival horror video game developed and published by Capcom for the PlayStation. The player controls Leon S. Kennedy and Claire Redfield, who must escape Raccoon City after its citizens are transformed into zombies by a biological weapon 2 months after the events of the original Resident Evil. The gameplay focuses on exploration, puzzles, and combat. The main difference from its predecessor are the branching paths, with each player character having unique storylines, partners, and obstacles. It was produced by Resident Evil director Shinji Mikami and directed by Hideki Kamiya.
Self-destruct sequence has been activated. Repeat, the self-destruct sequence has been activated. This sequence may not be aborted. All employees proceed to the emergency car at the bottom platform.
Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.